The holidays are a magical time of year for some, but it can be a very difficult time for others.
Lots of stress. The stress of family, finances, all that shopping you need to do. It can feel very overwhelming. Christine Whelan is an expert on self-improvement from the UW School of Human Ecology, and you teach a class talking just about this. It's called the, what is your class called?
Consuming
happiness.
How great is that? We all want to consume happiness in the holiday season, right?
Yeah, right, but there is a lot of financial pressure to buy gifts. So you have some tips and ideas for how to navigate that.
There is. First, with the financial pressure, you need to talk with your family about finances. And those money conversations are often hard to have. So I direct the Money, Relationships, and Equality Initiative at UW-Madison. We have free workbooks up there to have those money conversations. So talk about needs versus wants. Talk about how much you want to spend this holiday season. In terms of what to spend on, the first tip is always to buy experiences rather than things. So buy a trip, buy a concert ticket, buy something that you guys can do together, maybe as a family or as a couple. After that, you might want to think about access rather than acquisition. So what that means is instead of buying a piece of clothing, what about a subscription to a place where you can rent clothing, like Rent the Runway or Le Tote? Or instead of a car or a gadget, how about Uber or Lyft or one of those sort of access economy things?
Yeah.
What if you don't want to shop at all? I mean, there's such pressure all the time.
Yes, I feel that pressure too. My family and I just did a home renovation. We did a huge landscaping, and so don't tell my husband, but I'm going to be wrapping up one of the rocks from our landscaping and putting that under the tree and saying Merry Christmas, right? So we have given a gift to each other, and I think I can get some credit at Christmas time.
That's a good idea. Like your vacation, you and your partner, that's your gift to each other for Christmas. That is a good idea.
As adults, it's easier. I mean,
yes.
Younger people, kids expect Santa.
Indeed, they do. Although I have a 14-month-old, and he's going to be most excited about the wrapping paper, not what's inside it.
Right.
And since I have two older children, I now know he will get a lot of empty boxes that are going to be wrapped in wonderful wrapping paper, and the older kids will get the toys and the things because they care about more what's inside.
It is pressure, though, for little kids. You have to have gifts for them to open, and they don't understand financial strain.
One of our friends actually did a wonderful thing for us. She got us a new book for every day of the month of December, except that she went and bought used books or books that are sold off from old libraries that they don't need anymore. And so there are these wonderful books that my children are going to be opening. And that's a wonderful way to give without consuming too much, but also spending time together in the reading.
How do you avoid the stress as much as you can? That's a tough question.
It is, but with all things, I think it's important to ask why it matters before how to make it happen. And so why do the holidays matter? They're about family. They're about faith. They're about a new start to the year. And so how do you do that in terms of a celebration? Well, you celebrate by spending time with each other. You celebrate by experiences. You celebrate by creating rituals. Those are ways that you can really decrease the stress and increase the actual enjoyment and meaning.
Those are gifts in themselves.
They are, and those are the ones, the memories that are going to last. It's really less about the food and the presents and things like that, and more about the time you spend with those you love.
That is such good advice.
It really is.
And I mean, I think it's also good to acknowledge that if you've suffered a loss or something like that, this is just table all of this stuff.
Absolutely.
And focus on what really matters.
I know that from my personal experience as well, and sometimes holidays bring up all sorts of really tough emotions. And they're a time of remembering good times, but sometimes you just want to put a pause on it and say, you know what, I'm sitting out this holiday season. That's okay too.
Nothing wrong with that.
Nothing wrong with that.
I feel better already.
Yes, I do. Thanks for being with us today.
Absolutely. Well, happy holidays to you,
Great
too.
to see you, Christine.
Don't stress.
So much.
So I can get away with giving a rock. I like that. Thanks for coming in.